When starting a new show, the thing you probably see first is the intro. Except for the series that think it's cool to put the intro after a scene or two. It's called an intro for a reason, Breaking Bad. Since the dawn of time, the 1940s, TV show intros have been a staple for TV shows. I love discussing which intros are my favorite and least favorite, and I want to share some of my favorites with you guys today. I'll talk about my least favorite intros in another video if you guys like this one. Obviously, I can't go through every intro that I love, so I've narrowed down the selection of shows I'm going to discuss down to 3 networks. Those networks are Nickelodeon, Disney, and Cartoon Network. There are so many other networks with amazing intros, but to keep this video simple, I'm only going to be doing 3 networks. I'm also going to rank my top 3 intros from each of these networks, so the video isn't super long. Before we get into the ranking, I want to discuss what makes a TV intro great. Number 1, it introduces the characters and world. When I say that, I don't mean a voice going, "This is Jake the dog, he has stretchy powers, and he lives in the post-apocalyptic land of Ooh." No, I mean it shows us the main characters and world of the show, with no dialogue other than the lyrics, and depicts their personalities and the world through the animation. Speaking of animation, number 2, it has great visuals. To be a banger intro, it has to have fun and creative visuals. Intros are supposed to represent the show, so if it has boring visuals, it's telling you the show will most likely be boring. And number 3, it has a banger song. This is the most important rule in my opinion. When people think about TV intros, the first thing normal people do is think about the theme song. I still have the Better Call Saul riff stuck in my head. It's been 2 years since it ended, help me. These are not set in stone rules. There is one intro in this list that has none of these traits, but it's still on this list and you'll probably be mad. So without further ado, let's get into the list. Normally, I'm not a Marvel shill. I enjoy most of the movies and love some characters, but I'm not obsessed. But goddamn, Avengers Earth Mightiest Heroes has a fantastic intro. The song Fight as One is perfect for the Avengers because, you know, they are a team and they fight as one, groundbreaking. The animation is great, showing us a bunch of robots invading New York. Then Iron Man assembles the team and the team fights the robots. It is important for a superhero show intro to showcase the superhero's powers, and this intro does it great. It drills the main concept of the show into your head. It's about a team of superheroes fighting off evil. Simple, but effective. Cartoon Network is one of the networks with the best intros. Scoobydoo Mystery Incorporated, Chowder, The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, and Steven Universe. Yeah, I said it. I like Steven Universe. I think it's overhated. But that's not what this video is about. Maybe another day. These are all god tier intros, but didn't make the cut for the top 3. And this is where I lose credit. At the number 3 spot is Regular Show's intro. Okay, yeah, I know. Really? In the top 3 best intros from Cartoon Network? Just let me explain myself. I want to clear one thing up first. This pick is not me being nostalgia blind. I used to hate Regular Show as a kid, and it was because of this intro. But then I rewatched Regular Show a couple years ago and loved it, including the intro. Sure, the intro has none of the qualities I said that makes a good intro, but it encapsulated the show so well I had to put it here. It's a small burst of weirdness with this odd song and this weird looking background. It sets up the expectation that this show is not gonna be regular. Does it really deserve to go above those other intros in reality? No, but this is my list, so suck it. The Pinky and the Brain intro slaps. I know that it's not originally a Nickelodeon show, but in the early 2000s, Nickelodeon got the rights to air reruns of the series, and they did something hilarious with the intro that I needed to bring up. But let's talk about the original intro first. I love it to death. The song is catchy, it introduces the titular main characters Pinky and the Brain and their personalities flawlessly. I love the shot where they show their x-rays and Pinky's brain is a peanut and Brains is a bunch of cogs. And E equals MC squared. It's a great visual gag that also shows you that Pinky is hella stupid and Brain is smart. It also sets up the plot of almost every episode with Brain stating that he wants to take over the world. The animation is also very charming. On its own, it's one of my favorite intros of all time. But when Nickelodeon acquired the rights to air reruns, they took this masterpiece of an intro and just slap their logo onto it. And I'm not talking about the logo that most networks put in the corner of the screen. No, I mean they re-edited the intro and put their logo in places like in a test tube, Brain drawing it on a chalkboard, in Brain's head during the x-ray, fucking Saturn, and so much more. It's so funny how narcissistic it makes Nickelodeon feel. Like, they didn't even make the show, but they damn well wanted you to think that they did, which is really scummy. I still prefer the original intro, obviously, but the Nickelodeon one is just so bold and comedic, I had to put it at the number 3 spot. So, Gravity Falls is one of my favorite shows of all time. Hell, I'm working on a big retrospective video on it, so if you're interested, I'd say subscribe so you can see when the video comes out. The intro is just another thing to love about the series. It is my favorite purely instrumental intro song. It's super catchy, but also has a hint of eeriness and mystery to it. The animation is phenomenal. It was animated by James Baxter, the GOAT, so of course it has amazing animation. It also sets up the characters' personalities perfectly, like Dipper being a curious guy, while also being a pussy. Stan being laid back, but also shows that he can't be trusted when he moves his eye patch from one open eye to the other. And Mabel being a ball of joy and whimsy. It also shows that the town they are staying in is full of mysteries and weird creatures. And of course, it shows us Bill Cipher in the Cipher Wheel, and a hidden backwards message, showing that this show isn't just interested in being peak. There are mysteries and puzzles that you can solve in real life. There's also the intro during the Weird Mageddon part of the show, with Bill Cipher taking over the intro, which is peak. My only problem with the intro is that there is not enough Seuss. Doing all of that in an intro is impressive, and it would be in the number 1 spot, if there wasn't an intro that literally transcends peak in the number 1 spot. Go to very distant lands. Just like with regular show, Adventure Time's intro has no nostalgic factor for me. I used to switch the channel every time this one came on because I was cool and this show looked like it was made for little kids, and then I would go watch Jessie. But then I watched the series for the first time 2 years ago and fell in love. Not only is the series a certified banger, so is the intro. It shows off the weird and wacky world of Ooh, with an impressive panning shot showcasing an immense amount of locations and characters, leaving you excited to see more of them in the show. Then of course, we get the fist bump and it shows us who our main duo is and what they do. Adventure. It's a great intro on its own, but it's not the only intro the series has. During the 3 miniseries, they would change up the intro showing us what characters and themes those span of episodes would be focusing on. My favorite of which is the Islands one, where a harmonica is being played, and I'm a harmonica whore. Why the hell did I write that? They also made a new intro for the Fiona and Cake episodes, those odd episodes where they changed the art style, a Minecraft one, Share Me and Beth, and a weird drug one. The sheer amount of different intros is what put this one up so high. It shows you the immense creativity of the show that you are about to watch. I love jazz. It's one of my favorite genres of music. Hell, I'm listening to a smooth jazz playlist while I'm writing this part. Of course, I love the Fairly Odd Parents intro. It has such a funky, memorable, and toe-tappingly great intro song. The animation is great. I especially love them using shadows in this one part. It of course introduces Timmy and how he's an average kid that no one understands, even if in the show he's not that at all, with him actually being the spawn of Satan, and introduces Cosmo and Wanda and their magical abilities. It also introduces Vicky and her being a bitch. Great intro. Not the season 10 intro though. That one can go away. You might be wondering, what could possibly be a better Disney Channel intro than Gravity Falls? And I scoff at you for even pondering that. It's so obvious. It's the only right answer. It's not only the best intro from Disney, it's the best intro of all time. And of course, that intro is...
Yo, I'm gonna let you finish, but ding dong! Who's that? Yo, it's Crash at the door!
That's right, it's Crash and Bernstein. This intro just radiates radness. Like when Crash says ninjas and football, like, hell yeah! It also showcases the wonderful characters from this series like Crash, 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 and of course, Crash. And it ends the best way this intro can, with Crash breaking the literal 4th wall, showing how all-powerful he is, demonstrating how he can destroy everyone and everything if he so chooses. No, this intro isn't this high on the list because I'm afraid of Crash and what he might do to me. That's crazy. With all that being said, this totally tubular intro is the best intro of all time. If people weren't mad about the last one, I know this pick is going to ruffle some feathers. It's Clarence's intro. I've been a Clarence stan since the show first aired. I'm not one of those posers who hated on it, calling it gross and stupid, but then went back and watched it and realized how peak it was. And unlike the last two Cartoon Network intros, this intro is here 90% because of nostalgia. But it's still a great intro. The theme song showcases what the show is all about, with it being fast-paced and very childlike. It reminds me of a song I would come up with when I was younger. Also, the intro showcases what the show is going to be mainly about. It simply shows us stuff that kids do, like water balloon fights, doing epic trends, and riding their bikes. And that is what the show is all about, just kids being kids. Because of this intro really encapsulating Clarence as a show and character, it's going in the #1 spot for Cartoon Network.
Oh!
After the last two, this one better not be controversial. So, breadwinners.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
Of course it's SpongeBob, what else could it have been? It's a perfect intro. It illustrates the wacky world you are about to be thrust into. SpongeBob seems pretty normal nowadays, but back when the show first came out, it was a fucking weird concept. Having a sponge who's a fry cook be your main character is a weird pitch for a show. But this intro allows you to dip your toe into the weird world of SpongeBob and gets you acclimated to its wacky premise. And what is there to say about the theme song that 100 different people haven't already said? It's catchy as hell, everyone knows it. I mean, go up to a random person on the street and say, "Are you ready, kids?" Half the time, you'll get weird looks because who goes up to a stranger saying that phrase? And the other half will say, "Aye, Captain." It's a perfect intro that deserves to be in the top spot for Nickelodeon. So that's the video. Tell me, what's your favorite intros from these networks? Also, tell me what other networks I should cover in a follow-up video. I didn't really hit live action or adult animation or anime, so maybe something like Adult Swim or, I don't know, ABC would be good networks to cover. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.